Alrighty folks, start my trip right there. Anyway, got 2 boats today. This is kind of one of those trips where we're running 3 guys per boat. It's me and Captain Garza. Things have changed a little bit. We had a calm days the last 2 days. We fished a little catch and release tournament. You know, the winds have picked up dramatically. We're going to be hovering around 20 miles an hour today, sustained, probably a little stronger at times. How we're going to set up our guys, you know, that's going to be critical today, because we're going to have floating grass, which we've started about a month ago. We're going to deal with floating grass, we're going to deal with high winds, and we're going to have to work with our client's capability on how they can manage the soft bottom, hard bottom, floating grass, dirty water. We're going to be throwing a lot of paddletails, the 4-inch paddletails, and some top waters with single hooks. Probably the Mansfield knockers have been working real well. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, you know, to get our people and figure out how they're going to be able to function out here with the high winds and probably some volume bottoms, because when it's blowing like this, that's where the fish have been. When it's calm, we can catch those fish, and we can catch a lot of fish on good hard bottom areas. Not the case today. We won't be able to fish those areas, so we're going to have to adjust accordingly. Kind of the life of a guide heading out to meet up with their clients and let the day unfold. We'll put our best foot forward. So Captain Garza and I are going to be working together. He's going to have 3 guys. I'm going to have 3 guys. We're going to stagger. We're going to leapfrog, and then we're going to fine-tune our fish catching, hopefully, and then get closer together and work on those patterns that we both develop. So that's the game plan for today. Let us see how it unfolds. All right, so we showed up to our first spot. As you can see, it's blowing like sustained 20, gusts to 25 plus or minus. Everybody's making just kind of like this little preliminary wade to get their sea legs. We're in this kind of a draw, and we're fishing up to a little lip or a little shelf. The reds have been holding in that deeper water right where it shelves up on this little shelf, but there's so much floating grass. The water's real dirty. Nobody's hooked up yet. I'm going to give it about 15-20 minutes just to see if we can get anything developed, and then we're going to have to shift gears totally, because we got some adverse conditions that we're having to deal with. And that's how it's going to be today, until we can figure out where the fish are and what they're wanting to eat in that dirty water. So what I'm doing here, we got everybody in a big line out kind of deeper, and I'm kind of close to a shoreline, and I'm having to zing my lure crosswind, almost into the wind and crosswind, throwing this topwater. And I'm throwing the new Shimano Corrado, brand new. I've got it dialed in just right, and I'm able to throw into the wind and crosswind with no problem. With the FTU G2 green rod. It's working out beautifully. Got everybody spread out, and I'm trying to work the shoreline with this topwater. Got a nice trout on, like my 4th cast. hit it. Mansfield knocker right there, single hooks.
Garza with Code Red Charters. I'm out here splitting the group with Captain Wayne Davis. Today we're battling some winds. You can see we're in about waist deep water. Got a lot of flowing grass around here. We figured out that if we keep these paddletails, is what we're using right now. So we got electric grape, chartreuse tail, plum, chartreuse tail, and some pumpkin seed. What we're trying to do is trying to keep these baits a little low. We keep it too high, we're catching a lot of grass. So the goal is to try to keep this bait low, try to keep it clean. So far it's worked out for us. We probably caught about maybe 12 trout already, a couple redfish. We're gonna be out here grinding it out and see what we can do, and hopefully we can end up with some good fish today.
Get the boga grip on her. Keep her head down. Got it. Woo. Let's see her, lift her up. Oh gosh. Good fish. So it's blowing like crazy. We don't have a lot of options today. So we're having to work kind of chalky water. We're throwing loud topwaters and 4-inch paddletails for the vibration. We've caught a pile of trout this whole way. We haven't gotten out of the water. This is our second stop, and we're just going to stay with it. And Britton was staying close to a little point, kept working his topwater, and he got, this is the second big blow up, and this one he connected with. And he ended up getting a great big old trout. We're going to tag this fish for the Heart Research Institute, Dr. Greg and his folks over there. Got it right there. You catch this tag fish with a tag in it, be sure to report it right there. Fish is in good shape, very healthy. Job.
Not much to it, Wayne. Just have some confidence in what you're throwing and you gotta grind it out. It's a good redfish. Not as big as I thought it was. It kind of looks like I got him under his lip. But, yeah, look at that. Damn it. Does that count? It counts. Not as big as I thought he was, but it's all good. We'll take it. Let him get a little bigger. I think it's a redfish. Yeah, it's a redfish.
Nice redfish.
So we're winding down the day. You know, it was a 2-boat trip. We had pretty good anglers. Some guys were a little better than others. We had to deal with a lot of wind. The tide dropped out 2 or 3 inches before we even, from yesterday to today. We had floating grass at our first spot. So I decided, you know, we could go over on the east side and make some long walks on some pothole stuff. I just felt like we should concentrate in concentrate in areas where big fish would be known to roam, and that's what we stuck with. We stuck with our game plan. I said it was soft. The guys worked hard. We probably caught 70 or 80 fish today, and we did end up getting a kicker fish. Parrish caught a really nice trout on a topwater off of a little point, and the water was murky. The wind's 27 miles an hour, was about our average miles per hour wind today out of the south, and it was a due south wind too, which makes it complicated even more. Not much east in it. So we just kept working that pattern over and over again. We had a 4, we had a 3, we had one over 6 pounds, and everybody seemed to be happy. You know, had a lot of action, a lot of small trout, which was nice to see. We're throwing topwaters, paddletails, and wiggleos. That was pretty much what we had to throw, simply because we had the chalky water, high winds. We needed something to get out there. We needed to rattle them up with the topwater. The fish were responding, not a lot, but when they did respond, it was a good fish. They weren't really taking the paddletails, as you saw in the video. You know, Captain David had a real nice redfish hooked down here, right? Probably just laying on it is probably what he did, and he hooked him. So those fish were really reacting instead of eating really good. But nonetheless, based on the conditions, I think we did okay, and based on the anglers, I think we did exceptionally well. So we have another day of it tomorrow. Of course, it's supposed to be windy tomorrow also. We're probably going to stick with the same pattern. There was no shortage of bait. Everything looked good. We're going to be in a little bit more favorable lunar phase tomorrow, which could help the bite. Once that moon came up and got over like 45 degrees, man, it really was tough the last 30, 45 minutes. It's after 3 o'clock now anyway, so we called it and made a run back in. So, till next time, that's what happened today. This is just a good old-fashioned guided trip with new clients, and this is how it unfolded. So, give it a go tomorrow.